Are you trying to figure out the secret to happiness? Well, here at What Makes You Happy with Jake Pearson, we want to make that happiness more accessible for you in your life. So stick around as we interview everyday people, inspirational leaders, and your favorite celebrities on what makes them happy. Welcome back to the podcast. We ask the question, what makes you happy? My name is Jake Pearson, and today we have with us a jazz singer, pianist, composer, and founder of Jazz for Peace, Rick DellaRatta from New York, and he's going to play us something to start the episode.
Thanks a lot. I hope this song might make people happy. I won't know until after I play it because I'm going to make it up completely off the top of my head. It's a little thing called Free J.A.
That was wonderful, Rick. Thank you for coming on the podcast, and what a beautiful introduction. What makes you happy?
Kind of just being in touch with, let's say, the universe or following your star. I've noticed that kind of makes me happy. And that comes from doing things through music where you're kind of just creating something out of the blue, kind of like I just did. And you can put that into your daily life. So, even though I just made this whole thing up, other things might come to me like, try this or do that or do this, and let things flow into you that are not necessarily biased, things that are preconceived notions, because sometimes some pure thoughts can come through and then you find out, hey, those are really good ideas. One good idea I had a long time ago was to try to use my music to help outstanding causes. And, I tried it out a couple of times, not knowing if I was just stumbling over some crazy idea. I started to get letters back from the people I was helping saying, hey, you really did make a difference. It was hard to believe for me, but I figured it's coming from them. And if they say I make a difference, who am I to argue? And it turned out to be something that brought me fulfillment. Sometimes we think what's going to make us happy, but I think what you really mean is what might make you really happy, what might make you fulfilled. And I found that, ways that you can help others or enriching other people's lives or doing things kind of brings you personal wealth, and it makes material wealth a little bit less of a big deal to you personally. Even though, of course, all those things are great additions and all. But I think if you can get a good balance, that's a good thing. Another good thing that makes me happy is exercise and sports. We had talked off camera about the importance of that. I know that's a big thing in your life. I have to totally agree. With me, not only watching, I can talk a real good game of American football and American football, but I love to participate. I'm a very active skier, swimmer, basketball player. I'm getting a little up there in age, but I'm still playing because I just love it too much. So things like that, and friendships and things of that nature. I just find that they make me happy, and that's a big part of being able to help others if you are happy yourself.
I love that. And just on what you said there, I may be getting a little older. Look, I say to that, do what makes you happy. Who cares what your age is? If you want to play sport, you want to play basketball, you want to get on the Aussie rules football field and have a kick with your kids here in Australia, like, do whatever. Ultimately, it makes you happy. You have every right to do it.
I agree. Well, I agree because I think, again, that's a preconceived notion. We kind of think in the back of our heads because we see the professionals have to retire at a certain age, so we think maybe they're done. Maybe we don't play when we're that age, but it turns out to really not be true. We love it just as much, and it makes just a big difference in our lives to keep doing it. So I agree with you. Why not?
Absolutely. And before we head off, just a couple of quick words. What would you say to the listener right now who is absolutely just entranced by your piece and is looking to find a little bit of happiness in their lives? Just a quick couple words there.
There's something extremely unique about all of us. A lot of times we let our ego get in the way, and when we want to be better than him, or he's better, or who's better, or this guy's worse. Actually, we are all individually so special. I am absolutely positive there is something about you that I could never do in a million years, and maybe no one else in the world could do except you. You are the man, you are the woman, you are it as far as what you really are, what's there. And I would say try to find your star and be that one unique thing that nobody else really could do except you. Because I look in people and I see it, and it amazes me every day in all walks of life.
Beautifully said. Find the quality that is uniquely you and embody that. Rick DellaRatta, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and sharing all things in your life that make you happy. It's been an absolute pleasure. And if you'd love to connect with Rick and learn more about what he does, you can visit his links in the podcast episode description below. Thanks, Rick, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We hope it gives you something to think about on your quest to discover what makes you happy. Don't forget to leave a review or a comment and follow us on all our social media platforms so you can see our upcoming guest calendar. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.